Alright, so we got Oyster Cookie, so level 31st. I am gonna save my EXP Star Jellies by adding her into this because I want to save my EXP Star Jellies. Level 70. Alright, there we go. That means we gotta level her up to level 70 skill as well. I don't even have enough. Oh, shucks. I don't have enough. Wait. I don't have enough?
A few moments later.
Alright. Well, we got enough. Rip my wallet, but we're doing it. Here we go. Alright, let's look at her skill first. So it is a 17-second cooldown skill. Alright. And it says Might of House Oyster. Summon soldiers of House Oyster and increase the crit and crit damage for herself and nearby allies for a certain amount of time. The summoned soldiers will immediately charge at the enemies, dealing damage. The soldiers will have extra defense until the HP of their shield hits 0. Their shields will also resist knockbacks and flying. When Oyster Cookie receives a cooldown reduction buff, instead of cooldown reduction, the number of Oyster soldiers and their attack will increase. So it is exactly the same as the leak. Soldiers charge damage is 172.7%, and that's at level 70. Oyster Cookie's soldier casters 78.8% attack, 179% of the defense, and 118% of the HP. Additional soldier get an extra Oyster soldier for every 18.1% cooldown. Up to 4 soldiers in total. It says soldiers attack gets 0.9% attack for every extra 1% to the cooldown. Up to 50% extra attack. Shield is 60% of Oyster soldiers' HP. Defense plus 30%. Resistance to knockback and flying. Crit boost is 16.5% for 17 seconds. That's a long time. Crit damage boost is 13% for 17 seconds. That's a lot too. So I guess the interesting thing that we want to test out here is going to be how many she is going to start out with. Right now, what I'm going to do first is I'm actually not going to include the Jelly Watch. So let's see what it is. Before we continue with the review, guys, I just want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that is going to be LD Player. LD Player is an emulator that you guys can get for your PC, Windows PC, and it is going to be one of the best emulators that I have used so far ever since I started my YouTube career. And also just want to let you guys know LD Player is going to support Cookie Run Kingdom and other various mobile games where you guys can also change the controls and everything like that. And also one very good perk about LD Player is going to be the fact that you are able to play multiple accounts and have multiple LD players running at the same time as long as your computer can support it. Also, LD Player is going to be having a better version coming out very soon, which I will also go over when it becomes available. But I do recommend that if you guys are trying to play Cookie Run Kingdom on your PC, then I recommend LD Player, which you can download using the link down in the description. Once again, thank you LD Player for sponsoring this video, and let's get right back into the review. Alright, so automatically she's always gonna have a 17 second. So she is starting out with 1. That's all she's starting out with. Exactly 1. And then she is gonna have to wait 17 seconds. And then let's see how much, how many we can get with the Jelly Watch and a full Swift Chocolate. So right now I have the Jelly Watch and full Swift Chocolate with no extra substats. Alright, so 15% and 20% with the set bonus. And then we're getting the 25% from the Jelly Watch. With the pin cushion right now, your Oyster soldiers are lasting almost until the end of her cooldown. Yeah, so as the cooldown comes off, the soldiers are about to disappear. Okay, you need 58.3%. Dang, that's gonna be tough. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh, that is wild right there. That is really fast. Dang, we need 24.3. If we want to maximize it, we need 24.3 on this, on the cooldown. We need 24.3. But now let's test her out inside of the arena. And the team that I want to try out is definitely going to be our comp right here. I feel like, what do we sacrifice? We sacrifice that? put in sorbet to deal with the double tank. Let me try to optimize our toppings a little bit more. I don't know how this is gonna turn out, but we'll try it out. Ready? Let's go. I am gonna keep the damage on. You guys can turn it off too if you guys want a little less lag, I guess. But I'm gonna turn it on. They do have clotted cream, which is gonna be a little bit of a problem, but you can see. So another thing about is, if you guys remember, right, dark cacao is going to be a cookie that's gonna get rid of the shield of the oyster soldiers. Man, we're still getting owned here. Oh my. Damage is still very low. So we'll use her on a more of a standard team. Something like this, where you have a tank. And then instead of using pincushion, we'll use feather. Maybe a team like this will be okay. We'll try it out first. Okay. So we're starting off with the knockback. So it's another good combo with sorbet shark, because we are getting that, you know, knockback in the beginning to group them up together. But that 17-second cooldown is really going to be a long cooldown, to be honest. And at most, I would say she's using her skill like 3 times. I mean, results are better this time around with having a frontline tank. So, okay, not too bad right there. Right, but I don't think her damage is going to be great. Yeah, lower than Cotton's here, guys, still. 2.3 and Cotton did 2.6 million. That's 0 stars right now still. Now I'm just going to promote her here. I'm going to promote her to 3 stars. Alright, there you go. 3-star promotion right there. Okay. I think they need to reduce her amount of cooldown she is required to summon another soldier. I just feel like 24.3% is almost practically like impossible for like majority of the players. And I feel like she can't be using Guild Boss Battle at least as a Cotton replacement, because you're not gonna have a cooldown. Okay, so she is good against single tank just because you're able to overwhelm the enemies. So she did a little bit more damage here, 3 million, because now it's just a single tank and you're able to overwhelm the enemies with the amount of summoned units that you have with, you know, Crunchy Chip, Pumpkin Pie, Oyster, Cotton. But I feel like it was really, as of now, overhyped from the trailer video. You know, we're gonna try this one last time against the same teams that we versed friend battle, because if you guys know, you only need 11.2% extra cooldown, okay, in order to get at least 3 soldier if you have a maxed out Jelly Wash. So instead of going full cooldown, we're gonna go with the solid almond and then 2 swift chocolate, try to get a little bit more on the damage resist, and verse the same team that we versed previously and see how it turns out. Alright, so let's go. And if you guys are interested in the damage off button, then you guys don't see any numbers, right? That's damage off. But if I put it on, all the damage comes back. So definitely, if you do put the solid almond, she will survive until the 1 minute mark, and she will definitely do a little bit more damage. But is that going to make the biggest difference? Not all the time, at least. Like, it's still, against certain teams, it's gonna be, you know, not the best. 1.7 million, so definitely more than previously, right? But she's not gonna do the maximum. All right, so here's the final conclusion that I have with her. As of now, as a first impression and the review, you know, I personally feel like she's not portrayed as good as she was in the trailer. To be honest, I was super excited because, you know, the amount of damage, the amount of soldiers that she summoned. I thought she was gonna start out with, you know, at least like 3 or 4, to be honest with you. But in order to get 4 soldiers on the board, you need to have a total of 29.3% cooldown, even with the set bonus, right? That means without the set bonus, you need to have 24.3% in order to have 4 soldiers along with the level 12 Jelly Watch. And I just feel like that just is not like a reasonable number for her to have for the general public. You know, of course, if you are in the top ranks and you guys have the best toppings and a very good topping, then it is possible to have damage resist and cooldown at the same time. But I just feel like it's not going to be the best. So, you know, if you're planning to use her, then I would say just go with a mixture build like this, but you're summoning 3 and at least she is having a bit of a better damage resist and survivability. Do I think that she's completely, you know, trash? No, I don't. Do I feel like she's super good, like how Clotted Cream is currently right now inside of the arena? No, I don't. I feel like she's very mediocre and she doesn't have to replace somebody inside of the team as of now. Of course, you know, more testing and stuff has to be done, but I just feel like as of now, with the current state of her skill and, you know, her testing, and on the first day, I feel like she's not the best, but we'll just have to see once more testing, as well as if we get a buff like how we did with Clotted Cream. So I think that's how I want to conclude the first impression / review video for Oyster Cookie.